everyone. Welcome to episode 11 of the Masculine Feminine Balance. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. My name, as always, is Eric. It is wonderful to meet you if you are new here, and if you're returning, well, hello there and welcome back. So we are moving forward here. Episode 11 is going to look, well, the next two episodes, episode 11 and 12, are going to look at the masculine and the feminine side by side. So in episodes 9 and 10, we looked at the masculine and the feminine respectively. Episode 9 was the masculine, episode 10 was the feminine, and we got specific messages directly from the inner masculine and the inner feminine for you. The masculine was talking about being authentic and standing in your true power and showing the real you to the world, while the feminine was really asking you to really honor your intuition. And there was a level of initiation going on in that, a level almost, that's interesting. I'm hearing indoctrination that's happening here in terms of this. Now, both of those combined is a very powerful message. So what we're going to do in episode 11 here is we're going to look at the masculine and the feminine together. We're going to see what messages they have for you. Now, what messages Spirit has for you in terms of this. So this is actually going to be episodes 11 and 12 are going to look at more healing messages for the masculine and the feminine. Of course, as always, we are looking at the inner masculine and the inner feminine. Yes, of course, this could resonate for you in terms of individuals external to you, but really the point of this series is to speak to the inner masculine and the inner feminine within you to help bring them into balance. So this episode 11, and the next one, episode 12, is going to look at the masculine and the feminine side by side. And we're going to get you some healing messages or just some messages to help you integrate and balance them together. Yes? So for this, I'm going to use two tarot decks. I have the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. This deck is going to look at the inner feminine, and I have the Golden Universal Tarot. This is going to look at the inner masculine. Yeah? Let's get into this, guys, and see what messages we have for you at this time to help you integrate, balance, harmonize, and bring your inner masculine, feminine, and energies, and feminine, masculine, and feminine energies into balance. Yes? Excellent. Starting with the masculine deck here. 5 shuffles. Oh, actually, we're going to do 4 shuffles. Integration, balance, harmony, and union. Yes. Okay, 4 shuffles. 1. Show us the messages or the current state of the inner masculine. What do we need to know about the inner masculine at this time to help bring him into harmonized union with the feminine? That was 2. This is 3. And this is 4. For the inner masculine, harmonized, balanced, and integrated union with the feminine. What do we need to know at this time, please, Spirit? Let's cut the deck. Boop. Okay. The masculine is set. Now we're going to shuffle for the feminine. 4 shuffles for the feminine here. Harmonized, integrated, and balanced union with the masculine. This is 1. Ooh, the feminine has 2 cards coming out so far. I'm going to take them. This is 2. For the feminine, the inner feminine, harmonized, balanced, integrated union with the masculine. This is 3. And this is 4. Okay. So, well, actually, hold on. Let me cut the deck. Boop. All right. So we do have some cards here that the feminine has thrown out. Already. I do have a specific way that I'm going to pull the cards for this reading. However, I want to start with these 2 cards that have come out here, flown out for the feminine. I feel like the feminine is really coming forward with some strong guidance and help to integrate the masculine for whomever this specific video or message is for. You're having some trouble integrating with the masculine because there's some trauma involved. And that involves certain masculine figures in your life, and the feminine is reaching out, extending an extra bit of hand or an extra bit of energy, an extra bit of guidance to really help balance and work with and heal that trauma with the masculine. Okay, so 2 cards that are going to be in the center of this situation, and then we're going to pull for the masculine and the feminine respectively. But we do have the Hanged Man and the Knight of Swords. So it feels like here, whomever this message is for, you are on, you're in a hypervigilant energy. You're on the extreme defensive. And the guidance here, but as we move forward with this channeling, with this reading, the central focus here is the question here that needs to be asked is, why are you fighting so hard? Why are you fighting so much? Where does this fight or flight energy is what I'm getting with the Knight of Swords? Where does this truly come from? I feel like, and I already feel a little bit of resistance here. I feel like there's an energy of someone saying, oh, I already know where that's coming from. I'm not sure that's the correct answer. I feel like there's something much deeper involved. Okay, so either there is something deeper involved, there's a much deeper or a different answer that lies deeper underneath the surface, or you're really needing to stop and think, stop and contemplate what it is that has you stuck in this position that is keeping you in a fight or flight energy, okay? There is a different perspective that you need to come to. There's a different understanding that is necessary for you to integrate throughout this process. Let's look at the masculine. Overall energy, we do have the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Pulling 3 cards here. Wow. Okay, so overall energy is the Four of Wands. And to me, what this is saying here is that in terms of the masculine energies, in terms of, I'm sorry, I paused because I heard something. I heard you are desiring to reconcile, and I was trying to understand what perspective that was being spoken from. I do feel like it is mainly speaking to the point of view that the masculine is desiring to reconcile. I mean this with all the love in the world, and I'm not trying to trigger anyone, although if I am triggering you, that's a good sign as to where some healing can be done. But the baseline of the message is, it feels like the masculine has overcome some sort of darkness or some sort of negative energy, negative attachments, some sort of negativity from the past, and is standing in this Four of Wands energy, ready and primed for union. Quite frankly, it feels like, and this is really for whomever this is meant to or who this message is for, what it feels like is going on here is, point blank period, it's the feminine that still has the problem or the issue, or is still holding or harboring some sort of resentment that is keeping her in this fight or flight energy, okay? But the masculine is desiring to reconcile, is standing in this Four of Wands energy. I literally see him, energetically, of course, standing in this Four of Wands energy, ready to meet or match with the feminine in union, ready to move forward, work things out. Knight of Pentacles, slowly but surely. I am feeling a very strong level of ready and willing to take a level of responsibility, to own up for his actions, to own up for what he's done, to own up for his part in the process, okay? Followed by that, we have the World to Temperance. And then the Queen of Cups is showing up. Oh my goodness, the Queen of Cups is showing up to the Eight of Swords. To the Nine of Cups, really, okay? The feminine is showing up in the masculine side, but the masculine is speaking directly to your inner feminine, saying, I need you to show up as well as I have shown up, okay? What has come out here for the masculine side of the situation is the Lovers, the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. Again, this masculine energy, this inner masculine energy is ready for union, is primed for union, is ready to start integrating and balancing and healing. And we are talking about your inner masculine. Of course, I do feel like for some of you here, this is resonating with a specific person that is external to you. And to be honest with you, that may actually be quite relevant, because for somebody here, I feel like the last part of the process is for you to take the balance that you found within yourself and start to allow that to express itself in the external reality. Because the next thing I was just about to say is, it feels like this is for someone who has actually done a lot of healing work on their inner masculine side. Now, this still could be resonating with the inner masculine and the inner feminine in terms of the fact that they are very separate from each other right now. They have not integrated yet. They're still in their separate chambers, having gone through a strong level of healing on their own. But now it's about getting them to turn around and integrate with each other in the same space, in the same unit, in the same home even. Now, that absolutely could be translating for some of you as into allowing that to manifest in the physical reality. And this doesn't just have to be with someone specific to you that is like a romantic partner or a twin flame or anything like that. This could literally be healing between you and a platonic masculine figure, whether that be a friend, a colleague, a coworker, or a family member, potentially your father. But what I was really hearing from the masculine side of the situation is that he is speaking directly to the feminine, and he is saying it is your choice, the lovers. It's your choice if you want to allow there to be reciprocity here so that we can move forward. Because this is exactly where the masculine is standing himself. He's ready to do this, ready to go through this process of healing and integration, and he's not trying to rush it. Okay, keep in mind, you guys, the Knight of Pentacles is here underneath the Four of Wands. He's ready to do what it takes, ready, willing, and able to see things clearly, to see things from another point of view, to work towards seeing things eye to eye, take things step by step, take advantage of the situation, and take responsibility for his role and his actions in whatever trauma has you or someone here in a fight or flight energy. Let's get into the feminine side. Overall energy for the feminine is the Hermit. This is you've come to a point here where this really is not even about the masculine side any longer. Something that I've been experiencing very much lately in my life is taking responsibility for what has been going on in my life and no longer allowing myself to really place any blame on anyone else external to me. I went through a strong healing process, a strong grieving process where I was working on coming to terms with the effects of other people's actions, words, thoughts, beliefs, and how that has had somewhat of an effect on my life. But at this point now, I'm starting to really take responsibility, go within and say, okay, well, if I really don't want that in my life any longer, then I need to do what is necessary. I need to do what it takes to keep that from happening again. And part of that is accepting it. Part of that is coming to terms with it, okay, internally. And that's what I really feel like the Hermit is representing here for you, feminine, or for the feminine at this time. Because I do feel like there is still a level of the inner masculine and the inner feminine coming forward and giving you messages specifically to guide you in your own healing. Like I'm feeling this come from the big universal masculine and feminine here, okay? Okay, so let's see. What cards do we have here for the Ooh. I was guided to pull an extra card. It's okay because we needed the guidance. And I'm glad that I did. Okay. I'm glad that I did. Now, overall energy, we have the Hermit here. Underneath the Hermit is the Seven of Pentacles to the Empress, to then the Page of Pentacles, and then the Three of Pentacles. And then the King of Pentacles underneath that, and Judgment. All right. So, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, you guys. I'm going to be bold, blunt, and honest. There is a level here of kind of just getting over it. And I say that with all the love in the world, and I don't mean any harm. I don't mean any malice. I don't mean to be insensitive, but that's literally the way the energy is being portrayed. That's literally the way the message is coming through here. So please don't shoot the messenger. But it's literally time to just work on releasing this from yourself. The Hermit, the Seven of Pentacles, the Empress, the Page of Pentacles. The Empress represents the feminine, the divine feminine, your inner feminine. But also the Empress represents fertility, abundance, unconditional love, infinite possibility. Some of you are in a position or in a mindset or a belief system where that says there's no possible way that you could ever balance, heal, and integrate with the masculine because of what he has done. The Empress lovingly looks you in the face and says, oh no, honey, you've got it backwards. There are many possible ways for that to happen. But in order for you to get there, you have got to do a level of going within the Hermit and coming to terms with what is holding you here for so long, what has been holding you here for so long. That Seven of Pentacles energy is really kind of asking you to come to terms with it, come to terms with things. And it's very similar to what we were saying here with the Hanged Man and the Knight of Swords. What is really going on here? What is it that you can see from a different perspective or a different point of view that will help you understand why you're in this fight or flight energy, why you're in this Knight of Swords energy? There is a new start available to you, even approaching you in some cases. But you have to let go and release into unconditional love here in order for that to happen. You have got to believe that there are ways that this can be overcome. Now, in terms of, I don't remember exactly the order, but that's okay. In terms of reconciling with a specific individual in the three-dimensional realm, you don't actually have to really reconcile with them. You don't actually have to have a conversation with them. You don't actually have to have it out with them. You don't actually have to have that person in your life. But what is necessary is a level of forgiveness, and understand that forgiveness is not for them, which is another reason why you don't actually have to say anything to them. But working on forgiveness is absolutely necessary here, because when you do, you actually work on healing yourself. Again, forgiveness is not for the other person. This forgiveness, and all forgiveness, quite frankly, is for your own self. The less you forgive, the more you keep yourself in this state right here. So maybe that's the issue. A lack of forgiveness. I just heard choosing not to forgive. The cards that have come out for the feminine or from the feminine, we have the very first one is the Tower. To the Seven of Wands, to the World. And then I was guided to pull one more card. The Eight of Cups. There is a level here of, quite frankly, just needing to get over it. Because the more you stay in this defensive state here, the Seven of Wands, the more you keep this cycle going, the more you keep yourself on the defensive, the more you keep yourself from being able to fully balance, heal, and integrate your masculine and your feminine energies. And that's where the Tower comes in. The Tower is not anything other than the destruction or the bringing down of these extreme defense mechanisms or defensive energies, which effectively will help you close out the cycle, the world. Here it is for the masculine. So that you two can move forward together into a bright new world. Now, no one is saying this is going to be easy. No one is saying this is going to happen overnight, but there is a level of just needing to get on with it. Because you are hindering your own healing and integration process. Okay, guys. I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this wasn't, excuse me, getting all choked up there. I hope this wasn't too triggering for anyone. However, like I said, if this was a pretty strong trigger for you, then well, I didn't say it this way, but I'm going to say it this way now. That is a good thing. Triggers are not anything that you need to run from, hide from, defend, or anything like that. A trigger sometimes can be seen as your best friend because that is what's showing you what needs to be healed or where you can heal, grow, and or improve. So quite frankly, and this is a bit of a hot take, but your triggers are your best friends. When it comes to healing, of course. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I look forward to connecting with you again for episode 12. Take care. Bye.